Hello and welcome to The Print. I'm in Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh at the major Ralengnao Bob Khathing Museum of Valour. This museum, started in 2024, has now just begun a very unique initiative where they're asking locals to bring in memories and tokens of their ancestors who fought in the wars, to bring together a memory of Tawang, to bring a living picture of Tawang at the museum. Right now, the museum is divided into four galleries, which honors all the contributions of Bob Khathing in making Tawang an integral part of India. He posted the flag in 1951, and surprisingly, Valentine's Day is not celebrated here on 14th Feb. It's rather celebrated as Bob Khathing Day, and it is because to honor what he did for Tawang in making it a part of India. This is the beautiful museum, and we are here in Tawang, much high up, and it's freezing and it's amazing, and we'll soon shortly take you inside and show you what it has to offer. In the border town of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh, a museum is collecting history one household at a time. Apart from war relics, the museum showcases the Monpa tribe's life through baskets, churns, wooden chests, tools, and clothing donated by the community itself, everyday objects now turned into an archive. This is the major Ralengnao Bob Khathing Museum of Valour, inaugurated in 2024. It tells two stories at once: the heritage of an indigenous tribe and the history of a nation's border. Named after Major Bob Khathing, the soldier administrator who led the 1951 expedition that brought Tawang under Indian administration, the museum traces a frontier story that still shapes present geopolitics. He raised the Indian flag in Tawang on February 14, 1951, a date locally commemorated in his honor. The museum is experienced as a guided walk. Army personnel and museum guides lead visitors through each gallery, beginning with soil collected from across India, moving through Bob Khathing's life, the taking of Tawang, the 1962 war, and the Monpa exhibits. And the timing matters. The museum opened 2 years after the Yangtze clash between Indian and Chinese troops in Tawang. It has now become part of a wider national storytelling about sovereignty and memory. But this is not just a strategic story. The museum devotes entire galleries to Monpa life: yak herding, red rice cultivation, weaving, Buddhist traditions, placing local memory alongside military history. At the entrance of the museum is the soil exhibit. Bikers travel for nearly a month, covering over 12,000 kilometers across multiple states to deliver soils from all parts of the country in time for the museum's virtual inauguration by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. Soil from other states was added later. Then comes the several galleries at the MRBK Museum. The first focuses on Major Khathing's life, from his early years to his military service to his administrative role in the Northeast. The second, titled The Taking of Tawang 1951, details the expedition routes and the process of the region's integration into India. The third gallery turns to the 1962 war, documenting soldiers killed in action and the war's events in the region. The fourth shifts away from war, focusing on the Monpa community, presenting their traditions, lifestyle, and cultural practices through digital displays. This gallery contains all of the contributions from local residents to the museum. A final section, My Tawang Story, brings together personal accounts that offer a more localized perspective on daily life in the region. I'm here with Thema, the museum guide at Major Ralengnao Khathing Museum in Tawang, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the museum and how it came to be.
नमस्ते ताशी दिलेक, गुड इवनिंग। मेरा नाम पेमा है, मैं यहाँ की गाइड हूँ। तो मैं आप इस म्यूज़ियम को संक्षेप में बताना चाहूँगी। यह संग्रहालय में जो रैलेंग्नाओ खातिंग के लिए श्रद्धांजलि है, जिन्होंने फरवरी 1951 में दुर्गम रास्तों और मौसमों के हालातों में तवांग आकर भारत की संप्रभुता को मजबूत किया है। यह संग्रहालय उसकी जीवनी और अरुणाचल प्रदेश के तवांग क्षेत्र के मूल निवासी और 1962 युद्ध के विभिन्न पहलुओं के ऊपर प्रकाश डालता है। इसका उद्घाटन 31 अक्टूबर 2024 को माननीय रक्षा मंत्री ने वर्चुअल रूप से किया गया। और ये संयोग देखिए कि संग्रहालय और भारत की पहला गृह मंत्री सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल की प्रतिमा का अनावरण एक ही दिन हुआ है।
यह संग्रहालय सभी नागरिकों के लिए खुला हुआ है। आपसे आग्रह है कि इस संग्रहालय को आप विजिट कीजिए, जानकारी प्राप्त कीजिए और औरों को भी जानकारी दीजिए। आप इस संग्रहालय के फर्स्ट गैलरी सोल ऑफ इंडिया के पास
The galleries unfold as a narrated journey, part military briefing, part history lesson. For the guides, the museum is about connecting visitors to the living history of the high altitude border town. A sense of participation runs through the museum, from the guides conducting tours to residents continuing to contribute artifacts from their homes. Just beyond the museum stands a war memorial built in 1999 to honor soldiers who lost their lives in the 62 war. A total of 2,420 personnel are commemorated, along with many locals who supported the Indian soldiers and lost their lives. A statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel stands on the cliff right outside both the memorial and the museum, intended to depict India's unity even at its farthest points. Perhaps the most unusual exhibit at the museum is not behind glass at all. It is the invitation to keep contributing, because in Tawang, the archive is still unfinished. In a border town, often spoken through conflict, the Khathing Museum insists on telling another story too, of people, memory, and belonging.